Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, m.A.A.d Extra, and today, guys, we're going to be doing a new album. So you guys are probably wondering, why am I doing a new album rankings on a Wednesday? Normally you do on Sunday. Well, the reason for that is because the album's 13-year anniversary is actually today. Well, you guys, I'm recording this in advance, but basically by the time you guys are seeing this, it's going to be today, October 22nd, 2012. And I wanted to do it on the anniversary day since, I feel like it's the most fitting to do. And I really enjoyed this album. I thought this album was a very good album. And you know what's crazy, guys? This might be one of my favorite albums all time I've ever listened to. And I'm not even, this is kind of like my first time even like kind of properly discovering this artist's music for the first time. I've heard his songs every now and then, but I haven't this was like the first time I did a full discography, a full album. Bro, this album, man, this album was very good. And so, if it wasn't obvious enough, the rapper that I've decided to do it is Kendrick Lamar. I want to do a Kendrick Lamar one since I've been doing so much Drake and Travis. I haven't really done a old Kendrick one, and I think it's kind of fitting I do a Kendrick one. He's so big mainstream nowadays. He's so popular. I mean, he did that big. He had such an amazing last year in particular. I mean, when he dropped the "Not Like Us" this track on Drake, and and speaking of Drake, guys, I actually want to do a side note here. A side note, guys. I want to do a debate next month, guys, between a Kendrick fan and a Drake fan. So I want to do a big debate on the channel, guys, and we're not going to go over the diss tracks. We're not going to go over who had the better diss tracks. We're not going to do that stuff. We're going to look who's the better artist, who's got the better discography, who's got the better albums, who's got the better hit singles, all that good stuff. And I really want to do this debate because I think we have a very fun one to do in November. And I want to keep this. I want to do it one. I want to do it, man. I really want to do it. So if you're a massive Drake fan or a massive Kendrick fan, let me know in the comments below and hit me up on direct messages on Twitter and Discord, and maybe even email as well. I will set up a time for both of the guys to be there for the debate, and I'll be just there as a referee. I'll be there just there to kind of make sure everything is kind of under control and everything. And I think it'll be a really, really fun debate to do on this the channel here, guys. It'll be a very fun and exciting one do, and I'm curious to see how which one my community picks as a winner. Everything. So, like I said, I want to do this debate. So, and yeah, I think it'll be interesting to do. So, when I was looking at Kendrick Lamar albums to do, I was thinking, which one should I do, man? I then asked my community, what is the best Kendrick album? And I had a lot of different responses. There was not a clear universal answer, which makes it very interesting on which one I had to choose because a lot of people picked told me to pick the Damn album. Is I think his most popular album. People even told me to pick GNX. People told me to Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. So I did some research on mine, and I did some stuff like that, and I've come across that Good Kid, Mad City was one of the best rap albums of all time. And you guys know I'm kind of more into. I want to try to diversify my music taste, and because you guys know I'm more of a traditionally a pop person than a rap person. So while it could have done like the Damn album, the Mr. Miles Morales album, those were probably more pop oriented. I figured it'd be better I do a traditional one, a 2012 one, and I figured it would be for my best interest to do the Kendrick Lamar Good Kid, Mad City. I believe it is one of Kendrick's best albums, and I haven't even checked out the full discography, so maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but a lot of people will say this is his best album date. So, like I said, it's very interesting. And with this album in particular, what's really interesting is that this album is different to any other albums. Normally each album I just talk about the songs here or there, but this particular album, there's a lot more to it than just the songs. The songs are obviously important, but this album is more of a story. It's more of a story to itself. And I actually want to tell you guys the meaning of this album because I think it's actually fitting we actually look at the meaning of this album before we even start this thing. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. I know this is a very long introduction, and normally I don't do these long introductions, but I feel like for this album of this magnitude, we have to do this. So let's go ahead and do some research here. So I just did a quick Google search, guys, and this is what the Good Kid, Mad City um, um, meaning is. So it says right here, there's actually two meanings here. So this is actually interesting right here, guys. So let's go ahead and read this, guys, and then we'll get to the tier rank, the songs itself. So, and M.A.A.d and Good Kid, Mad City's acronym with two meanings: My Angry Adolescents Divide and My Angels on Angels Dust. Album's title refers to struggle being a good kid in the mad city of Compton. place where innocence is challenged by gang violence, drugs, and poverty. This refers to the internal conflict of growing up in a tough environment, which led to anger and a feeling of being torn between different paths. The My Angels on Angel Dust, which refers to the album theme of innocence being corrupted with angel dust, symbolizing the dangerous temptations and pitfalls of streets that could have easily led to a young person's downfall. So overall meaning the title encapsulates the album's narrative of a young person trying to navigate a chaotic and dangerous environment while maintaining a sense of self and innocence. So I felt like that was a really interesting way to put it, and that I think it was great to get a meaning of the album before we even do this and stuff. So now you guys want to know my song rankings. We're gonna go ahead and do it right now, guys. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. So let's switch gears right here, guys. And here we have. So we have the songs here. We got 17 tracks actually, with the deluxe one. I decided to do 15 since the last two are basically remixes, and to be honest with you, I don't really feel like ranking the remix. Just not prominent, and yeah, the remixes are just so I feel like it'd be better not to rank those. So we're gonna go ahead and rank each of the songs here. So we got 15 tracks to rank. We got our tiers right. We got favorite, we got great, we got good, and average. There was actually originally a bad tier, but I don't think there's going to be any of the bad tier ones. I feel like all the songs here are there's not a single really bad one in my opinion. So I don't feel like bad is kind of unfair to have in my opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and just not have the bad tier. There are some average ones, though I will say. So, anyways, let's just go ahead and get started with the first song we got here is Shireen, and let me give a little description of each song, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. So, I got these notes prepared, guys. So, Kendrick introduces himself as a naive teen drawn to a girl, Shireen, symbolizing temptation and danger in his Compton environment. So, I feel like this song in particular is actually really interesting because he's giving his feelings to this young woman named Shireen, and I think it's really interesting. And what's also very interesting, what really caught me off guard, is that the parents actually have a line in the song where they actually leave a voicemail. Then in the song, say, "Hey Kendrick, where are you at? You know, his mom and dad is furious, and you know he took his van to Shireen for 15 minutes, and he's supposed to come back, and he hasn't come back yet." So I think it's really interesting the introduction here of this album. See, the thing is, I think from like a story point of view, I think it's a great way to open it. But in terms of song, musically speaking, I don't think it's that amazing. I feel like it's one of the weaker tracks in this album. So I'm gonna it. This is tough for me, guys. Do I put it in good or average? Because I'm really not sure here. I think for me, guys, I'm gonna put it in just about I'm gonna put average. I'm gonna put average. It's just too long, and I just don't like it. I just feel like while the parents' voicemail was kind of nice and it was kind of cool, I just feel like musically it just doesn't really fit in the song. You know, it just doesn't really fit to me. So I'm sorry, I'm for this one the average tier. It's not a bad song. I don't want to say it's bad. I mean, it's average. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just I'm indifferent. I'm neutral. But it's just that I just feel like it's just doesn't really. It's just not that great compared to the rest. So I'm sorry. Anyways, let's move on to the next one we got here. It is B word. Don't kill my vibe. And yeah, by the way, I'm not going to say any explicit words here. I don't want to. I want to keep this PG. So yeah, let's be respectful here. Anyways, for me, this is a fantastic song. This is an amazing song, and I'm gonna actually take reveal my favorites to the end, guys, so you guys won't see here. But yeah, I mean, this is a great song, and I feel like this could be. Actually, you know what? This might be one of my favorites. Yeah, I think this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites, guys. I'll actually tell you know what? I think for the favorites here, I'm gonna reveal my personal favorite at the very end. But I will reveal my favorites one there, and of course, we're gonna rank within the tiers. And for this song in particular, it's basically Kendrick's desire to maintain purity and purpose in a corrupt industry, a calm yet firm declaration of artistic independence. And you know, I just think it's really interesting how the song is. So it's a great vibe song, man. It's a great vibe song. Next up is Backset Freestyle. And yeah, this is a very interesting song. And this song, there's that one lyric that's really interesting. And he's basically saying, "I can get my blank so hard as the Eiffel Tower." I don't want to say that word, but you guys know what word I'm referring to. That line is so crazy to me. And basically, in this song, he's basically being arrogant and basically being braggadocious and basically ambitious and capture the wild, dream filled mindset of him. And yeah, I think it's a very interesting. It's exaggerated as well. Um, for me though, I'm just not really a fan of the song. I just feel like he's a bit too arrogant, too just. I just don't really like it that much. I don't hate it per se. I respect it for what it is, and I respect him being arrogant and braggadocious. But I just don't really like it that much. So I'm gonna put this one in the average tier. Is it better than Shireen? Yeah, I think it's better than Shireen. I'll put this one better than Shireen. I think it's better than Shireen. I'll at least say that. Next up is the art of peer pressure. And for me, I think it's a fantastic. This is a good one. Basically, it's a vivid story about influence being by friends into committing crimes. Basically, showing how good intentions to be wrapped in the environment. And yeah, I think it's a great song. I'm gonna put this one in the great tier. Not quite one of my personal favorites. I want to put in the favorite tier, but it's a fantastic song. I think this is definitely an A tier song for sure. Next up, it is Money Trees, which is the most popular in this album, the most streamed. And yeah, I think Money Trees is an interesting one. Explores the fantasy of escaping poverty and balancing ambition with the moral cost of chasing power. I think that's a great song. It's a great one. You know, J Rock is also in the song as well. I'm not really a huge fan of his verses in particular, though, which is why I can't put in my favorites here. But I will still say it's a great song, and I'm probably going to put this right here. I think it's a better than Art of Peer Pressure. Next up is Poetic Justice, man, and this is where Drake is in the song. And it's very interesting that Drake's in the song because we know the two nowadays are very big, much rivals. But at this time, they were not rivals, and it actually is very interesting. Drake's verse in the song. It's a very like because the two have such different personalities. But I actually feel like their personalities actually fit in the song. It's actually crazy because I actually think their personalities match well. But basically, it's like a romance song about love and lust. And yeah, basically that's basically what it is. It's a great vibe song, I would say. I'm gonna put this one in the favorite tier. And yeah, I think I'll put this one in the favorite tier. It's a great song indeed. I'm put this one in the top tier, man. I love this one a lot. And maybe I'm being a little biased, me being a Drake fan because I am a Drake fan. I will admit. So maybe I'm being biased, but even putting my biasness aside, I think it's still a pretty great track. I think it's an amazing track. Love the track a lot. So yeah, it's a great one. Next up is Good Kid. Basically, Kendrick faces racial profiling and judgment, and basically contrasting his true intentions with perception of being a basically a criminal where he's from. And yeah, this is basically the Good Kid. I'll put this one at good. I think it's good for what it is. It isn't really. It's not really that amazing. The next one though, Mad City, man. Mad City. Ooh, this one hits, man. Mad City's great. Mad City. That opening bit. Oh man. And it's actually there's a future person I think is MC8. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name right. And yeah, it's a two-part emotional eruption. The harsh look at Compton's violence and PTSD survival instincts that shaped his youth. And yeah, for me, this is a great one. I'll put this one. I think I'll put this one bottom of great. Bottom of great. Next up is Swimming Pools Drink. There's actually two versions: the extended version and the normal version. And yeah, basically a great one here is basically about alcoholism and peer pressure. It's kind of like a party anthem. And yeah, I feel like this is an amazing track. It's an amazing track, and this is one of my favorites indeed. So, is it my personal favorite? Yeah, you know what? I think it is. I think it's my personal favorite, guys. I think this is my favorite track on this album. It is amazing. Next up is Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. Bro, this song, man. Wow. Um, you know how The Weeknd makes up a lot of long songs that I'm used to, kind of like a two-part thing, like usually it's 7 to 8 minutes. This one is 12 minutes long. But unlike some of the Weeknd old songs where it's like very long and I feel like it's a bit drawn out, a bit too long, this one actually fits. It actually makes sense why it's very long. It actually it's great for what it is. And despite the length of the song and everything, I think it's great because basically it's a dual narrative, regret, morality, and redemption, reflects on life's loss, forgiveness, and spiritual awakening. And yeah, I think it's a great one. You know what? I'm putting this one. I'm putting this one above Mad City. I think it's an amazing track. I think it's an amazing, amazing track. I love this track. I love this track. I think it's a fantastic one. And normally I'm not a huge fan of long songs, but this one is a really good one. Really, really good one, guys. Next up is Real. Anna Wise, and I'm sorry to say, guys, this song actually, this is a tough one for me, guys, because basically the song is about embracing self worth and authenticity, between false ideas of success or toughness. I like the song, but my issue is it's just a bit repetitive. So I'm tempted. Do I put this one at good or average? I think you know what? I'll put this one good. I'll put this one good. I think it's good, just about good, just about good. And next up is Compton. And oh man, Doctor's raised in this song, and wow, this song's about celebrating survival, pride, reclaim the city that shaped him for victim and voice. And I feel like it's amazing. It's a great track. It's a great track. I'm gonna put this one in the great tier. Honestly, it's a great track. I'm put this one bottom of great though. I think I prefer the others. Actually, no, I think I'll put Compton above Mad City. I'll put Compton above Mad City. I think I like the one more. And now let's look at the deluxe trucks real quick. I'm gonna be very quick here, man. This has already been 15 minutes. I normally don't do this as long. I'm gonna be very quick here. The Recipe featuring Dr. Dre, West Coast Anthem, about California's culture, lifestyle. I think it's good. I'll put this one in the good tier. Um, yeah, I'll put this one good tier. Black Boy Fly. I think it's pretty good about envy and admiration for successful peers. I'll put this one right there. And then Now or Never featuring Mary J. Bilge, a motivational anthem about perseverance and rising above struggle. I'll put this one in the good tier, and I'll put this one there. That's probably my favorite bonus track of the week. So yeah, there you have it, man. That is my rankings of this album, and bro, this album, man, is very good. There's only two tracks I'm just not really a huge fan of, but even those two tracks, as much as I'm not a huge fan of, I still think it's decent. That's not like garbage. I wouldn't like skip it or anything. It's just I probably wouldn't like. I would put it. It's still decent in my opinion. So this album, man, very good album. I'm giving this album a 9 out of 10, 9.5, maybe even a 10. Actually, no, I can't give it 10 since I have a few two neutral average there. But I'll give it 9.5. 9.5 is very good and everything. So let's go ahead and look at the Spotify thing, and I want to show you guys a stream count real quick of this. So go ahead and do this real quick, guys, real quick. So Spotify right here. So let me actually do this. Sorry, bear with me here. All right. So we got the disc one here. Dang. So we got two discs, but I think this two is basically the bonus. So 85 million Shireen. Okay. B Word Don't Come My Vibe. 892 million. Oh wow, that's pretty amazing. Backseat Freestyle. 491 million. The Art of Pure Pressure. 145 million. Money Trees at 2 billion. Wow, Money Trees at 2 billion is Standard Poetic Justice 680 million. Good Kid 120 million. M.A.A.d City 873 million. Swimming Pools Drink Extended Version 559. I think the original one is at a billion. I don't know why the extended version is here. It should have just been the original, but whatever. Think About Me, I'm Down with Thirst is at 220 million. Real is 101 million, and Compton is at 99 million. And the bonus tracks got 248 million for The Recipe, 42 million for Black Boy Fly, and then Now or Never, it is 110 million, and we got the two remixes there. So, like I said, guys, fantastic album from Kendrick Lamar, and bro, this album is very good. This album is a very good album, and it's crazy to say this because I'm not even a huge Kendrick fan. Like this is kind of like my first time properly checking out full Kendrick album, and this album is very good. I'm gonna have to listen to this one again, guys. This album is very good. I'm not even a huge Kendrick fan, and the fact that this album is, I'm praising this album a lot, just shows how good this album is. So, like I said, guys, I really, really did enjoy this album, and I highly, highly recommend to check this album out. This might be the best album I've ever reviewed on this channel. Just saying, it might be. So, anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what album we should do next. Name me a female artist. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys then, man. Guys, like and subscribe.